My uncle. This is a story that has taught me a lot about choices, perspective, and what it truly means to live a fulfilling life. My uncle is a unique character in our family. Growing up, I remember him as the man who always seemed to be taking a break. He was on one for the 9-to-5 grind or the hustle and bustle that most of us get caught up in. His pace of life was just slower. Instead of chasing promotions or building a career, he found his comfort in simple, quiet days, often with a drink in hand, just watching the world go by. As a kid, I didn't think much of it. He was just uncle. But as I got older, I started to see the path he had chosen more clearly. He never married and never had children. His life remained uncomplicated, a straight line without the many branches of family and responsibility that defines so many others. For a long time, I saw this through the lens of what society tells us is successful. I saw what he was missing. A spouse, kids, a career. But the older I get, the more I question that judgment. Was he lazy? Or did he simply reject a life he never wanted? He found his contentment not in achievements, but in the absence of pressure. While many of us chase happiness through acquiring more money, more status, more things, he seemed to find a strange sort of peace in having less. His daily ritual, which often involved a few drinks, was his way of unwinding from a world he didn't quite fit into. This isn't to say his path was without its hardships. A life lived in isolation can be lonely, and relying on alcohol for comfort is a difficult road. It's a reminder that sometimes the coping mechanisms we choose can create their own set of problems. It's so important that if you or anyone you know is struggling, to reach out and talk to someone. There are resources and people who can help, and you don't have to face those challenges alone. But my Uncle S story has forced me to reconsider my own definition of a good life. He taught me, indirectly, that happiness isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. Some people find joy in building an empire, and others find it in watching the sunset from the same porch every evening. There's a quiet dignity in choosing your own path, even if it's one that others don't understand or approve of. He may not have built a legacy in the traditional sense, but he has lived his life on his own terms, unapologetically, and in a world that constantly tells us who we should be. There's something incredibly powerful and thought-provoking in that. He reminds me to be kinder, less judgmental, and to look for the quiet stories behind the choices people make. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What does a fulfilling life look like to you? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content.